Hopefully you're all doing well. I hope you learned something from the first video of the anticipatory breaker strategy. Today we're going to talk about one of, if not the most important part of the strategy, the C spot. Okay, the C spot is simply A, B, C. It's where the C leg of the breaker forms, okay? If you watched the first episode, you know we're looking to capitalize on the expansion from C to D, okay? And then the expansion from E to F. This is based on the principle of accumulation, manipulation, distribution, retracement, expansion. So E is the retracement into the breaker or unicorn, and then E to F is the second expansion leg from C to D. Then it's E to F. Okay. So what is the C spot? The C spot is the most important part of the breaker block. The C spot represents where the breaker is most likely to cause a large expansion. The C spot occurs in one of two conditions. The 2 to 2.5 standard deviation or 4 standard deviation has been met inside of a key level, and or an SMT divergence has occurred at a key level. The C spot is where price meets time and will cause the highest probability expansion towards the overall draw on liquidity. So before we get into this, let me show you the I believe, oh no, I sent it in here. Hold on. I made a document here for it. You can find it on my Twitter. This is the anticipatory breaker strategy. You kind of put on the one little business card thing, just the basics of it. If you want this, it's on my Twitter, okay? Just so you know. And then I'll post this on Twitter as well so you can have it. Now, the chart example from this is the trade we took today on live stream. I live stream every trading day that I personally trade. Live stream in the Discord. If you want to join, the WAP link is in the description. If you're from the YouTube, you can use code YouTube. Just spell out YouTube for 50% off your first month. So you literally get a month of live streaming and education for $37. So it's a great deal. But today's trade we took was A, B, C. Where's the C spot? The C spot occurs below sell side liquidity into an old PD array. So if we go on the 15-minute time frame as well, we can see that it's also inside of this 15-minute OR block, right? So this is a high probability C spot for price to cause a large expansion, as we did here, okay? Now, I also want to talk about when do we target just B, or when do we target the first standard deviation? So I'm going to do a little drawing for you here. We're going to do this in a bullish scenario, all right? In a bullish scenario, I want you to take B to C, okay? Same in a bearish, just flip it. It'll be upside down, right? Go from B to C and find equilibrium of this range. If we close above the fair value gap in a premium, okay, we want to target the first standard deviation of the A to B leg, okay? It's not if the fair value gap is in a premium or discount, it's where we close. If we close above it and it's in a discount, then we just target this, and that's where we go break even. That's where we manage our position, okay? If we close above it in a premium, so say the fair value gap is here, but we close above up here, you can manage your position here if you'd like, but the best is going to be at a singular standard deviation. Standard deviation from the A to B leg, so right up here, okay? That's the highest probability and the highest risk to reward ratio. If you're strictly a win rate trader, then yeah, you can do that. You're just going to have a pretty bad risk to reward ratio. So the time element of the C spot is open high low close, open low high close of the high time frame candle. The Judas swing at 8:30, 9:30, 10, 1:30, etc. Okay. The lunch hour retracements and the PM expansions or reversals, and then time-based liquidity, purges, and targets. So in today's trade, we can see we run A to B, okay, and then we have a quick sharp move when. This is the important part. When? What is the time element? This is the 9:30 a.m. Judas swing. Okay, this is a false break below old lows. Okay, so we have the time element on our hand and the price element because the C spot trades into a key level below sell-side liquidity at the right time. Now what am I looking for? Where's our entry? I'm looking to enter 950 to 1010 macro. Well, let's mark out 950. Let's mark to 1010. Boom. And where does our entry occur? Right in that macro. Beautiful. We have the element of time. We have the element of price. Okay. Now, where's our fair value gap close? Well, if we take our fib from B to C, we go like this, premium discount, we can see we close in a premium, meaning we really want to be targeting the first standard deviation, okay, with an external target at the 2 to 2.5 standard deviation, okay? Pretty simple, and it'll help you with your risk reward ratio. All right, so again, I'm going to throw this on Twitter so you can see it and you can get all the info there on Twitter, okay? Back to what I was saying here. If we close in a discount, you can target just the B high. If we close in a premium, you want to target the B high and preferably the standard deviation, the first standard deviation of the A to B leg, okay? Now, going into, we've really already covered everything about this trade, right? The time element, the drawn liquidity element was all-time highs, right? All-time highs were right, like here, I believe, somewhere around here, okay? We had clear drawn liquidity. We had a clear time element due to swing. We had a beautiful singular inversion fair value gap. And an extra piece here, which we're going to have its own video on, but I want to show you here. We come up and we print an order block inside of the fair value gap. So if we print a down close candle inside of the fair value gap we're going to inverse, we allow it to retrace back into the order block, and that will act as support for us to trade higher, okay? So don't be scared if we print a down close candle in the fair value gap before inverting it, because it will likely act as support, as we see here, for us to trade higher, okay? So hopefully that clears up a few questions about, like, do I use like macros? How do I use time? I don't do anything crazy, right? I use the open, high, low, close, open, low, high, close, the high time frame candles. I use macros. I use the Judas swings, okay? I understand the manipulation of every candle, the distribution of every candle, okay? I pair that up with high time frame and low time frame key levels, low time frame macros, right? The final 10 minutes and first 10 minutes of every hour, except for the 3 p.m. to 4 p.m., which has separate macros inside of it, but we don't need to worry about that, okay? We're just focusing on getting you on the right foot so you can learn everything as smoothly as possible. Overall takeaway from today, the C spot is the most important thing, okay? Time and price are going to align, and the C spot is where you're going to get the highest probability start of the expansion up, okay? Has to be at a key level, high time frame and low time frame, and at a key time, okay? So some type of manipulation, like the open high low close or open low high close of a candle, a Judas swing, a clear power of 3 AMD, right? Preferably entry in a macro is great as well, because that is part of the open high low close, open low high close of a candle. So it just adds to your confluence, all right? Next video, we're going to talk about SMT divergences. We're going to focus on SMT divergences a lot in the next video, as well as we're going to get into a little bit of like back testing. I want to back test live, and I also want to post some live trades from our sessions in the Discord. Like always, if you want to live trade with me and learn more stuff with me, you can join. 50% off, code YouTube, link in the description, and I will see you guys all in the next video.